Good day and God bless you. Welcome to the Bible reading in chronological order. Just such a privilege to have you with us. We thank the Lord for each of you. Thank you for joining us and for participating with us in the reading of the Word of the Lord. I pray that the Lord would just open His Word to us so that we may know more of Him in and through His Word. We are back in the book of Job today, and today we're going to be focusing on chapters 17, 18, 19, and 20. And so as we begin, we've been looking at the theme that we find in the book of Job, particularly between chapters 3 and 31. And we see that Job is faced with a huge conundrum. Presently, we see that Job's situation is almost unbearable. At this point, he has lost his wealth, he has lost his children, he has lost his health, his wife has seemingly turned away from him, his friends have accused him falsely, but worst of all, his theology or his understanding of God is being challenged. And that's a big word in today's reading, the word challenge. That is basically what's going to be the entire theme of these next couple of chapters, because everything that we know is being challenged, and everything that they know is being challenged. And the challenge to Job and his theology is, how can a just man be punished of God? If God is righteous, if God is just, if God is true, why would He punish the righteous? And that is something that is really burdening on Job, and it is something that his friends cannot get past. So obviously his friends' idea of him is actually being challenged. And let's just go through the chapters and we'll see how that challenge rears its head. So as we get into chapter 17, we see that Job continues his response. His hope is now waning, and he is preparing himself for death in this chapter. And then he challenges his friend's wisdom. And he says, upright men shall be astonished at this, that God could punish the righteous, that the upright could suffer as well. And he doesn't say that the upright would fall because of this. No, he says that they will become stronger, but they will be astonished at this. And then we move on to chapter 18. And in chapter 18, we see that Bildad reproves Job for his impatience. He is upset with Job's statements toward them, and he challenges Job's thinking. Now, Bildad replies to Job that the wicked always receive calamity. But Job in himself, he knows that yes, that might be the case, that the wicked do receive calamity. But he has also seen, and he is explaining to his friends, that the wicked also sometimes prosper. Job is confused at his calamity, but he is challenging himself because he knows that he is not wicked. And so then in chapter 19, Job continues and he challenges his friends' knowledge of him. He asserts that his friends know him and that they know that he lives righteously. So why are they so cruel to his reputation and his calamity? But then there is another challenge from verse 25, and this is absolutely critical. Please pay attention from verse 25 as Job speaks about his Redeemer. And if he's speaking about a Redeemer, this means that he is going to receive redemption. And what redemption do we think Job is expecting? I mean, in the previous chapters, he has already resigned himself to his fate, this death that he is expecting. And so we can see that Job is waiting for a spiritual redemption to take place. Yes, the physical redemption will come, and we'll go through that as we go through the book of Job. But the spiritual redemption is what he is talking about. And then he moves on to talk about his resurrection. And so that is of absolute importance and absolutely critical to us. Because how can a man in that age, in that time, without having the scriptures as we have them, speak about a resurrection, speak about a redemption? What does he know? We can see that he is tapping into a knowledge of who God is. And with that, it is opening insights that he doesn't even have access to up to now. And then we get into chapter 20 and we see that Zophar almost interrupts Job in the way that he responds here. He answers in haste and challenges Job in saying that yes, the wicked do sometimes prosper for a time, but their end is always destruction. And so we see that all of our thinking is being challenged. And this is what was spoken of in chapter 17, where it says that upright men shall be astonied at this. Focus on the verses around there. Look at it in context, because you'll see that even our own mind is being challenged now of the righteous and the wicked and the end that they will experience in this life. But we know that this life is actually not what it's about. In actual fact, this life is more about the spiritual. It is about living for God. And so the natural, while important, is not the focus of this life, but the focus of this life is the spiritual. And Job is starting to come to grips with that as we move on here. And that's why in chapter 19 we can see that complete shift now from the natural to the spiritual. And this is highlighted, it is underlined in chapter 19 from verse 25. And it says, "For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God." What a confidence, what a hope. And so I'm going to leave you with that today. I pray that the Lord would bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you, the Lord lift up his countenance toward you, and give you peace. God bless you as you enjoy the reading of the word today.
Chapter 17. My breath is corrupt, my days are extinct, the graves are ready for me. Are there not mockers with me, and doth not mine eye continue in their provocation? Lay down now, put me in a surety with thee. Who is he that will strike hands with me? For thou hast hid their heart from understanding, therefore shalt thou not exalt them. He that speaketh flattery to his friends, even the eyes of his children shall fail. He hath made me also a byword of the people, and aforetime I was as a tabret. Mine eye also is dim by reason of sorrow, and all my members are as a shadow. Upright men shall be astonied at this, and the innocent shall stir up himself against the hypocrite. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. But as for you all, do ye return, and come now, for I cannot find one wise man among you. My days are past, my purposes are broken off, even the thoughts of my heart. They change the night into day, the light is short because of darkness. If I wait, the grave is mine house. I have made my bed in the darkness. I have said to corruption, Thou art my father, to the worm, Thou art my mother and my sister. And where is now my hope? As for my hope, who shall see it? They shall go down to the bars of the pit, when our rest together is in the dust. Chapter 18. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite, and said, How long will it be ere ye make an end of words? Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Wherefore are we counted as beasts, and reputed vile in your sight? He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? And shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger-bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings. They that come after him shall be astonied at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. Chapter 19. Then Job answered and said, How long will ye vex my soul, and break me in pieces with words? These 10 times have ye reproached me. Ye are not ashamed that ye make yourselves strange to me. And be it indeed that I have erred, mine error remaineth with myself. If indeed ye will magnify yourselves against me, and plead against me my reproach, know now that God hath overthrown me, and hath compassed me with his net. Behold, I cry out of wrong, but I am not heard. I cry aloud, but there is no judgment. He hath fenced up my way that I cannot pass, and he hath set darkness in my paths. He hath stripped me of my glory, and taken the crown from my head. He hath destroyed me on every side, and I am gone. And mine hope hath he removed like a tree. He hath also kindled his wrath against me, and he counteth me unto him as one of his enemies. His troops come together, and raise up their way against me, and encamp round about my tabernacle. He hath put my brethren far from me, and mine acquaintance are verily estranged from me. My kinsfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. They that dwell in mine house, and my maids, count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of mine own body. Yea, young children despised me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me, and they whom I loved are turned against me. My bone cleaveth to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth.
Have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God hath touched me. Why do ye persecute me as God, and are not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were now written! Oh, that they were printed in a book, that they were graven with an iron pen and lead in the rock forever! For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God, whom I shall see for myself, and mine eyes shall behold, and not another, though my reins be consumed within me. But ye should say, Why persecute we him, seeing the root of the matter is found in me? Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
Chapter 20. Then answered Zophar the Naamathite, and said, Therefore do my thoughts cause me to answer, and for this I make haste. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causeth me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asps within him. He hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asps. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he laboured for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn, and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God.